What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be going over my top 5 recipes that you guys should use in survival mode. Because as you guys know, survival mode means that we need to now eat food to stay alive. But I'm also going to go beyond that and show you the best different foods for if you're playing a mage build, a warrior build, or just the best foods for survival, basically. And the easiest ones to make. So let's get into this video. So first off guys, let's start off really simple. The easiest, simplest, most lazy solution to hunger in survival mode. Literally just head over to any tavern in Skyrim and talk to any innkeeper. If you just ask them what they've got on the menu and check out their food, they'll actually have a variety of different foods available to you. Now this can be also a very effective way of getting ingredients, and I'll show you more of the ingredients later. But you'll see some of these foods, for example, baked potatoes only restore 18 points of hunger, so they're a bit useless. But the apple pie on the other hand, which only costs 14 gold, actually restores 220 points of hunger. So these types of things are very readily available, easy to buy, and you can eat them when you're on the go. And I recommend carrying a few of these different things around with you when you're exploring. Another one is grilled chicken breast. Once again, 220 points of hunger is one of the best things here. And also, if you can find salmon steak, yeah, here we go. Another 220 points of hunger, and still only about 11 or 10 gold. These kind of things are easier just to buy than go and like hunt the fish, get the raw ingredients yourself, and actually physically cook it yourself. You might as well just buy them. But some of the other ingredients that we can buy here are things like elder cheese wheels, cabbages, all the different vegetables like leek, cabbages, apples are all available from here, and this is one of the easiest places to get them. And of course, a few cities in Skyrim also have markets like Riften, Solitude, and Whiterun where we are now. And you can go up to people here and talk to them and just ask them what they've got to sell, and you'll see we've got butter, cabbages, carrots, cheese wedges, everything we need, all the ingredients can be brought. Another, if you're like really cheap and you're lazy, actually it's not really lazy, but if you want to stock up on a bunch of cabbages, just go ahead and visit one of the farms. There are loads of them around Whiterun, so just go and harvest some cabbages. So let me show you the first recipe, which I think is the best one. Vegetable soup. Very, very easy to make. You can get all the ingredients from the different farms around Skyrim for free. It requires 1 cabbage, 1 potato, 1 leek, and 1 tomato. This is the best recipe for a warrior build. So what this does, guys, is it restores 1 point of health and stamina for 12 minutes every second. So it lasts for ages, and it's really good because firstly, we don't get any health regeneration in survival mode. This fixes that. And it also gives you some extra stamina to boot, which will obviously help out with a warrior build, whether you're blocking or doing power attacks or trying to zoom in with the bow. Lydia just made the strangest sound just now. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was kind of worrying. We'll go and check if she's okay in a moment. Now, there's also a really interesting trick you guys can do with a vegetable soup, which allows you to have unlimited power attacks and unlimited shield bashing. It is so powerful. It's kind of a little bug that you guys can exploit. So guys, just as a demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and drain my stamina right now. So I have nothing left, as you guys can see. When it's flashing, I can no longer shield bash anymore. Now, if I go ahead and take some vegetable stew, right at the bottom, here we go. And this will actually stack, guys. So if I take 2, I'm actually getting 2 points of health regeneration and 2 points of stamina regeneration for 12 minutes. And obviously this also restores 380 points of hunger, which is huge as well. I actually forgot to mention that earlier, sorry. So as you can see guys, now I can keep on shield bashing despite having no stamina. So you have unlimited stamina effectively for doing different tasks. I can also repeatedly power attack as long as Lydia doesn't stun me. Look, I can just keep on powering attack her. There's nothing she can do. Apart from stun me back, because she's pretty hardy. But if you keep on power attacking her with a shield, she won't be able to attack me back. And I can just sit here and do this for days. There's some other cool things you can do with it as well, but I'm not going to go over it in this video. But that is like one of the best things about vegetable soup. You don't need to be on survival mode to do that. But I'm sorry, Lydia. I'm really sorry, babe. Okay, so before I show you guys the next item, let me show you this. Because each soup now in survival mode has a hot version of it. So we can make vegetable soup, but we can also make hot vegetable soup. But to make hot vegetable soup or any other hot food, we're going to need fire salts, and we're going to need fire salts. We only need one fire salt, and I can show you where to get one down below in the description if you follow that link. Basically, the lore behind it is that fire salts allow the dish to keep its heat, but it's got some really interesting effects. So the great thing about hot vegetable soup is that when you are cold and you're outside and you lose your total health. So as you can see, I've got a dark red bar. As I explained in my previous video, you cannot refill your health past this point, and you might be out on the go with no hope of getting near anywhere hot or inside anywhere because you're like in the middle of a dungeon. So this is where hot vegetable soup really helps out. If we eat this hot vegetable soup, it does everything it did before, but it also restores 200 points of cold. So if I go ahead and eat that, I now have more maximum health, so it's really useful. I can have another one and it restores even more health. Another really clever thing that hot soups also do is if I take another one, you'll actually be able to have a resistance to freezing waters. So usually when I jumped in here, it would actually be really cold, and I'm going to start losing my total health, as you can see. But I'm actually losing a lot slower than I would be if I didn't have that hot soup before I dived into this freezing water. So do bear that in mind. So guys, for recipe number 2, the next one I'm going to show you is going to be the best food for a mage build. So we're going to go opposite end of the spectrum this time, and we're going to find Elsewhere Fondue. Now as you guys can see, this is clearly a Khajiit recipe because it has moon sugar in, and it's from Elsewhere. We need an elder cheese wheel, which is very easy to get, some moon sugar, and also 1 ale. So it's a pretty good concoction of food there. This one is actually extremely powerful for mages though. Much better than the stamina version even, I would go so far to say. Because it makes your magicka regenerate 25% faster. Which is it's a really big buff. And that lasts again for 12 whole minutes. And on top of that, it will also increase your magicka by 100 points. And of course guys, once again, it restores 380 points of hunger. So it is really, really good. I definitely recommend cooking this, even if you're not in survival mode. But if you are, it's going to do a lot more. And of course guys, we can once again make the hot version of it with 1 added fire salt. And obviously that does the exact same thing I explained for the vegetable stew version of any hot soup. So guys, for the final 2 things I'm going to show you how to cook, number 4 and 5 in this list, we're going to actually need our own house. So you're going to need the Hearthfire DLC. Obviously, if you're playing survival mode, you have Skyrim Special Edition. So you'll already have this installed. But you can actually build your own house if you didn't know. I'll leave a guide in the description quickly explaining how to do that if you didn't know how to do it. But once you've built your own house, you need to build a kitchen within it. Once you've built a kitchen, you can then go inside your kitchen and build an oven. And with this oven, we can actually make some very unique recipes. So let's go inside my house, because I'm currently dying here outside in the cold. And I'm going to show you some cool stuff. So please ignore the mess on the floor just here. Nothing happened there. And we're going to go inside my kitchen here. I'm going to shut Lydia outside because she annoys me. And just here, I've got my oven. So I'm going to go over to my oven and activate it. Whip out a spatula. Don't know where I pulled that from. Maybe between my butt cheeks. Who knows? And as you can see, there are some different things that we can craft that are unique. And usually you can't craft them. Now, one of the best things in here is garlic bread. This thing is absolutely incredible in Skyrim survival mode. Obviously, it doesn't look that great. It restores 220 points of health. Like I said at the start of the video, we can already buy food that does that. But what it does do is cures all diseases just for eating it. Look how common these ingredients are. It requires garlic, which you can usually buy over the counter or in many alchemy shops, or just you'll see it on the shelves around dungeons and stuff. And you also need butter and bread, which again, very common ingredients. You can buy them from pretty much any tavern in Skyrim. So just come back, make like 10 of these, and always carry them around with you. because if you get diseases in survival mode, they are literally detrimental to your character. They give you a massive nerf depending what the disease is, and if you don't cure it quickly, it will get worse and worse. And then if you still don't cure it quick enough, you can even still get an affliction, which is a huge debuff for your character. It makes you swing 40% slower with weapons. It makes you basically, guys, you don't want an affliction. So go ahead and make some garlic bread, and you can eat it whenever you have a disease. It's one of the most useful items ever. It only weighs 0.1, so it's just fantastic. I don't know why I'm doing this. I feel like I'm going to be like a chef. C'est magnifique. Okay, so guys, we've gone over everything. Now we're at number 1 on the list. This is, for me, it's just like an all-rounder good dish. Probably not the best dish on the list. All the dishes on the list are like really good in different ways. This wasn't necessarily a top 5 of this is the best one. But when you actually buy a house in Hearthfire and you marry someone and they come back to stay at your house, they'll actually cook food for you once a day. So once a day you can run up to your spouse, whoever they might be, and they'll actually gift you with a home-cooked meal. So if I go ahead and show you what this is, home-cooked meal, here we go. So guys, the home-cooked meal will actually increase your health, stamina, and magicka regeneration for 600 seconds, so 6 minutes. It's half the amount of the 12 minutes that the other ones do, but it increases your health, magicka, and stamina regeneration by 25%. So it's literally going to be so good. It's very good, especially if you play a spelled sword character who uses stamina, magicka, and obviously everyone uses health. So all you need to do to get this, guys, is talk to your spouse, and then if you want another one, just go ahead and sleep or wait for 24 hours and leave the house, come back and talk to her again, and she'll give you another one. It's that easy. So stock up on a few, and if you ever need to use them, there's another thing you can use. And guys, I've got lots more survival guides coming. The ones I've already made are actually linked down below in the description if you want to go and check them out. But there are more coming, so if you don't want to miss them, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications so you never miss a video, you can also press the little bell icon next to the subscription button, and then YouTube will actually notify you whenever I upload a new video. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. My name is ESO, and I will see you, loyal subscribers, in the next Skyrim video guide. And if you guys have any questions or ideas for videos and that kind of stuff, why don't you go ahead and check out my Discord channel, which is linked down below in the description too. Because on that channel, we talk about builds, lore, you can chat to me and also play other games with me that aren't Skyrim, and it's just a fun place to hang out, really, so why not give it a look? But I will see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.